Trump recently said that he might be starting a trade war and we're being treated unfairly overseas. But we know that tariffs are never good. They're just a tax on the people, us, the taxpayer. So do you think we're really being treated unfairly? And is Trump doing the right thing? And is that really a free market approach that Trump's trying to take?
Unfortunately, the tariffs are kind of a bad idea, but I can see why he's doing them as well. Right now, we're letting too much in and not enough out of the country, and part of that is because of the trade deals our previous presidents have negotiated have just fallen apart. So starting this is a way to get us back into the position of making money so that we have negotiating power with those countries. Like recently, he started talking to Canada about these issues. Same thing with China and Japan and several of our major trade powers. Instituting tariffs now may suck, but it's the only way we're going to get started to the point where we can take away those tariffs. We can actually reduce the taxes on things that are imported and exported from our country and start making the actual act of importing and exporting profitable for this country again.
So by Donald Trump actually standing up to the globalists and threatening these actions with tariffs, he's actually could open up the market to be more free and fair.
Yes, in the sense that instead of the few things we produce going overseas and then coming back more expensive, he's making it more profitable for people to keep it in-house, keep it here in the United States, continental island and Alaska, so that we can start profiting from our own work and our own labor again. Once that happens, we'll be back on standing on our own 2 feet. Like, I can't put words in his mouth. I'm obviously not President Trump, but I'm pretty sure that's the premise behind this. Is that cool? You guys want to ship everything out? Well, it's going to be taxed to hell. So now you get to keep it here. If it stays here, all of our other trade partners can't say that we're reliant on them to keep our country alive.
Mm-hmm.
After that, they have no more legs to stand on.
Yeah. I just hope it works out okay, because we've seen in the past that tariffs don't work. They tried this a long time ago with the steel and aluminum, and then all the industries that rely on steel and aluminum, which is pretty much everything, the goods and services went up. People were laid off. They weren't working. More unemployment. So I just hope that this will be a good move for the American worker and be a positive influence for us.
And I hope so as well. And like I said, unfortunately, it's going to cause some short-term issues. But again, that's one of the things we see repetitively, differences between our democratically elected presidents and our Republican electives, is that Democrats think short-term, Republicans think long-term. It may hurt us a little now, but hopefully it'll benefit us a whole lot in the long run. Just like working at McDonald's for minimum wage, just to become a manager, using that manager experience to go get work at a firm making triple the amount of money.
Yeah. Interesting. You brought that up. What's your opinion on minimum wage? Should we have one? Should it not go up?
I don't think we need one. I think the one we have in place is fine. A lot of people will look at it and say that our minimum wage hasn't been updated since it was literally created during our Great Depression. That being said, forcing a minimum wage increase that does not equate to the amount of percentile that the inflation has risen over those 80 years is not going to be good for our economy. It's not going to fix our job issues. As a matter of fact, a lot of people at McDonald's that were striking about this, I think last year, McDonald's said, okay, you know what? I can't afford to pay you all $15 an hour, but if you're going to strike and you're going to close down my business and cost me, hundreds of thousands of dollars of profit a day, I'm going to fire you all and replace you with machines. And that's literally what happened. Like they have automatic servers now in several McDonald's. I don't see how that helped anybody.
Yeah.
Like the bottom line is the bottom line. Unfortunately, that's just a hard truth that people need to learn how to accept a little bit more. So.
Yeah, and it's something the free market can fix also, because if nobody's willing to work for, say, $1 an hour, no, the businesses are going to have to compete and actually raise prices to be attractive to employees. So, I mean, it's another example of the free market and how it can fix horrible situations.
Yeah, and you see this in a lot of markets throughout the United States where you have to be competitive in order to stay in business. You charge $2 more than the guy next door to you. Hell, you charge $2 more than the guy that's across town from you. People will make that drive across town to save that $2. You will go out of business.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing with wages. If I'm going to pay Joe Schmo $10 an hour, but somebody else is going to pay him 20, he's going to go work for that other guy, and I'm not going to have anybody working for me. Can't run a business without employees.
Exactly. And in California alone, we've seen the reports this year that we're going to lose like 500,000 jobs just because of the minimum wage increase. And people are already leaving this state in large numbers, and it's terrible. Who are we going to have to make our food and do public services? We can't just have rich tech people here. So we need people to do the actual work out there.
But the government will take care of us all. They'll give us all the food we need, and they'll build us houses, and it'll be great. No, California, and I hate to say it because I know you live there, Philip, but it's the poster child for today's Democrats. It literally is. It's kind of like what was the city? Denver, I think, where it used to be the automotive hot center for making and distributing cars and major manufacturing businesses. And because of the increase in rates for corporate taxes, the increase in revenue taxes and overhead expenses due to public regulation, they all left. And now 3/4 of the city is deserted. And cops won't even go to help you if you call them and say you've been shot, because there just aren't enough of them left.
Wow.
So, but that's the way California is going, and thankfully, I think I see Californians waking up a whole lot sooner than, like I said, I can't remember if it's Denver or Chicago, but they seem to be waking up, and they're actually moving to Texas, which is the furthest place that you can get from California in the sense of legislature. Texas, no state taxes, very, very low income taxes. Business gets cut on their taxes. They get extra state help with their funding, and it's all in-house. So they're going from the exact opposite of that in California, and they're running to Texas because it's the only way they think they can survive at this point. They're just so tired of seeing all the negativity that being in California brings them.
But the problem, though, they're bringing their California politics with them to Texas, and Texas could be a blue state one day.
Not a chance in hell. I grew up in small town Texas, and a lot of people underestimate how stubborn we can be, and we're known for being stubborn. That being said, it will bring a very interesting debate to the platform in Texas. We haven't seen in a very long time. So hopefully that'll be a positive thing, but I highly doubt that Texas is going to go, yeah, here, go ahead, take my guns. Oh yeah, go ahead, raise my taxes. Oh yeah, go ahead and tax businesses extra money, because Texas is one of the best off states in the country. When I lived in Hawaii, gas got up to almost $9 a gallon when Obama was in office, and in Texas it was still $1.25. It was literally, I think, the second cheapest in the state. That's because that while Texas does drill its own oil, it also doesn't tax you for drilling that oil or buying that oil or making it into gasoline or using it in your car. So the cost of doing business makes it cheaper on the end of the consumer, which is why Texas does so well.